Share screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, coach.
Yeah. Well, the first graph or line graph is the one that we discussed 2 weeks ago, yeah, or a long time ago before we had simulation. But in the simulation, I also give you this similar type for your practice. But tonight we're going to be discussing not only one graph, but also the combination, yeah, of line graph and bar graph. As you can see, below there is bar graph. Ya, bar graph itu yang kotak-kotak itu ya bar, namanya makanya bar. Karena yang atas tuh kayak garis namanya line, ya, line graph. Nah, so this is uh, one of the examples I'm showing to you and how we learn how to compose the essay about it. Right. So I hope that you still remember how to do this. Yeah. So we need to follow the stages in composing the essay. And remember, you have to be able to manage your time. It's all about time because you're only given an hour to complete two different tasks. Yeah, an hour only. And I found in the simulation test, that you did not complete the task two, and this is really unfortunate. Okay, so later on in the real test, you need to make sure that you could complete all of the tasks in 60 minutes. In many websites or most of the teachers there on YouTube or any other platforms share and recommend that uh, task one needs to be completed in only 20 minutes. So maximum 20 minutes because you also need to have longer time to do task two. That requires longer time for sure. Yeah. Overall 60 minutes. Therefore, the division is clear. Task two is completed in 20 minutes maximum. Yeah. Please do not extend that. Okay. Or if possible, you could do it faster than 20 minutes. You could even do it in only 15 minutes. That's better because I have to emphasize that writing task two is quite much higher. Two-thirds of the overall score is on task two. Ya, task kedua itu nilainya lebih tinggi 2/3. Ya, jadi please don't miss it. Don't miss it. Kalau misalnya nggak terlalu nyaman dengan task one, ya just do task two first. That's okay. Ya, task two needs to be prioritized. Ya, task two itu kan opinion essay, pendapat, jadi essay bebas gitu. Bukan seperti ini. Nah, karena skornya lebih tinggi, maka kalian harus prioritaskan task two. Jangan sampai nggak dikerjakan. Oke. Kalau kalian ngerasa susah bagi waktu, ya kerjakan task two dulu. Ya, kerjakan task dulu. Kalau task one nanti kurang, ya itu mungkin kalau task two kalian bagus bisa nutupin tuh skornya. But you also do not have, you also don't underestimate task one. Yeah, task one also contributes to your score. Yeah, so pay attention to task one also. Okay. Now let's talk about this. Maybe in the next meeting we're going to be discussing task two. Yeah. There are also several types of task two essays that you need to be familiar with. You need to practice all of them. Okay. But we only have very limited time. I hope that you can also try to practice by yourself at home, not only depending on or relying on our session in this course. Okay, now let's begin discussing this one. There are two different graphs here. Do you think that each of the graphs connected? They can be connected. The first one is about the number of visitors coming to the UK and the number of those from the UK going abroad. So basically, this line graph compares the two different types of travelers. Yeah, those coming to the UK and those going abroad from the UK. So you need to be aware of that. And then the next one is about the most popular countries for the UK citizens to visit to. Yeah. So which countries that are more favored or the most favored by the UK residents here? In 1999, remember that it was a long time ago, so you need to use past tense. Okay, going back to the strategy that I have said before, the first stage that you need to do in doing task one is that you need to understand the topic first. And afterwards, no, yeah, understand first, and then just directly write the introduction. And how do we write the introduction? It's very easy. You just need to paraphrase the title. So this is the title. You just need to paraphrase the title to write the introduction. Afterwards, overview. Yeah, you need to compose an overview. It just contains around 1 to 2 sentences. Yeah. So overview and writing overview, you need to understand what is all about. Graph, line graph, what is all about. Bar graph, what is all about in general. Maybe what I said earlier is actually the overview. Like it's all about the number of visitors coming and going abroad, and this one is the most popular countries for the UK's residents. So that's it. That's the way we do write the overview. Now, when you're finished with the overview, and then start writing the body paragraph, and it's very clear that it starts from 1979. You just need to describe the number here, yeah, in millions. It's just around this, and as you can see here, that the number increased, yeah, increased gradually before moving up significantly to reach over 50, right? So I'm showing you how to write the body essay. So that's what you're gonna do. Uh, but I think you need to practice writing the introduction and overview first. Uh, but I guess, yeah, yeah, I think you need to do it first. Ya, coba latihan menulis introduction sama overview di chat box. I'm waiting for you. Nah, ini latihan bagaimana memparaphrase judul untuk menjadi introduction, bagaimana memahami data ini secara umum in general untuk dibuat overview dengan cepat. Nah, saya kasih waktu mungkin 5 minutes ya. Coba dikerjakan 5 minutes untuk menulis introduction sama overview-nya. Silakan. Latihan menulis cepat. Karena di sini waktunya hanya 20 menit untuk menyelesaikan ini ya. Silakan, nanti habis ini akan saya tunjukkan sampelnya. Ya. All right, so Mbak Rosa has done it here in the chat box, but I think this one is just the introduction. You haven't written the overview, so you could probably try to write the overview as well.
Yes, coach, on my way. Sorry.
Okay, no problem at all. The line graph illustrates the number of visits to and from the UK between. Okay, my feedback is just probably you could replace the word visits to another synonym, yeah? Because visits here is being used here, visits. So actually, there are some other words that can replace it. Like you can change the word visits to the number of visitors or the number of travelers. Okay, it shows the number of people visiting or traveling to, and those coming from the UK, right? Popular countries, as I said earlier, you could also try to use another word like the most favorite countries, favorite, yeah? The countries that UK residents like to visit the most, yeah, or prefer to visit the most. By doing so, you could show that you have rich vocabulary in your mind, because you could use other words to replace the words that have been used in the title. Anyone else? There are only 7 people here. After this, I'm going to show you the answer by sharing two different slides. Yeah. The first one is this, and the other one will be the answer. So I will put them together in one frame. All of you can see how the essay could describe the data presented in the graphs. But I need to see some other people writing the introduction and overview first. Why I'm asking you to do this? Because by doing this task, you could personally understand what we're talking about. If I didn't give you the task like this, probably you didn't pay attention. You didn't actually understand what it's all about, what we are discussing tonight. So it's important for you to also be aware of that. All right, thank you, Mbak Rosa. Over 2 decades, our journeys to the UK increased. That okay, very nice. I think is a good overview. Thank you. How about the others? Because we are running out of time, I think I just don't want to wait the others. If you still want to do it, just go ahead. But it's already 2041, so I think we have to make it efficient. Oh, there's one sending Mas Ricky. The information above Mas Ricky, so this is not above, yeah? Please do not write the word above. Because when you write the word above in your answer sheet, then the above your answer sheet will be the what is it? The information itself, but the information is probably not in the above, the atas.
Okay, not coach. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Information shows line graph. No, actually, it's not the information shows line graph. The line graph shows information kebalik. The line graph shows information about the number of people visiting to the UK and those coming from visiting the UK and those UK residents traveling abroad between. Please do not write in other hand. There's no in other hand here. And the bar graph, not tell, informs the most popular countries visited by UK citizens. The graph shows the UK visitors in the increase of the bar graph illustrates the significant increase, okay, of visitors from the UK compared to those who visit to the UK from other countries, from France, and followed by. Okay, it's too detailed. Yeah, this is too detailed. Please don't include numbers.
Oh,
Ini kan
okay, coach.
ini kan
Okay.
overview. Ini
Okay.
masih overview, masih yang umum-umum saja. Cukup itu jumlahnya naik. Negara paling populer Prancis dan Spanyol. Selesai. Jangan terus sampai detail itu jumlahnya 10 juta, ini Greece, UK, nah 5 juta. Nah, itu nanti detailsnya nanti. Kita kan masih nulis introduction and overview. Masih informasi general tok gitu ya. Yang detailsnya nanti, belum saatnya. Okay, karena we are running out of time, I think I need to show the sample answer. Stop this first and let me open 2 different slides. Okay, I'm now sharing 2 different slides with you. So this is the graph. And now let's have a look at the answer. Maybe we just need to focus on the graph. Yeah. So this one, as you can see, this is the sample answer. So I'm highlighting the introduction. Yeah, so this is the introduction. I'd like to color it in red. Yeah. The line graph illustrates the number of visitors. See, visits is replaced by visitors in millions because it shows the number. Satuannya apa, right? In millions from the UK who went abroad, and those that came to the UK between. Yeah, so this is the line graph, only the line graph. But we also need to describe we also need to show the next graph. Therefore, we use the word while because we have to give information about the data. Jadi, in writing IELTS, you have to ensure that writing only one sentence containing different things, ya, information of different things. Jadi, untuk efisien, kita nulis satu kalimat itu isinya ada 2 atau lebih informasi. Nah, makanya kita harus bisa menulis compound sentence, complex sentence. Ini namanya compound sentence karena ada kata while di sini. Sedangkan, sementara, untuk menggabungkan 2 klausa, ya, 2 klausa digabungkan. The line illustrated while the bar chart shows which countries were the most popular for UK residents to visit in 1999. Nah, ini dua-duanya langsung ditulis dalam satu kalimat. This is one sentence containing 2 clauses. Yeah, it contains 2 clauses combined by while. And after that, we have to write the overview. And it's very easy to write the overview. We just need to share general information. Ya, informasi yang umum. Coba lihat nih, overview-nya cuma 1 kalimat doang. Tadi saya lihat, Mas Riki banyak banget. Sampai ada detailnya. Overall, it can be seen that visits to and from the UK increased. Jadi gitu aja. Kita bisa lihat yang mengunjungi UK dan yang orang UK mengunjungi luar negeri itu naik semua dua-duanya, ya kan? Selesai kan, itu informasi umum. And that France was the most popular country for British people to go to. Nah, UK resident diganti British people. Dia tidak mengulang kata UK residents lagi, ya. Tuh, cuman 1 kalimat saja. Ya, gitu aja selesai. Overview-nya gitu, sangat singkat. That's what you have to do. Jangan terlalu detail karena belum saatnya. Detailnya ada di paragraf ketiga. Ini adalah detailnya. Nah, ini kita pilih aja. You can choose to begin or first of all atau in more details. Misalnya saya pakai to begin. Ya, to begin, the number of visits. Nah, ini pakai visits lagi nggak apa-apa. Kalau tadi nggak pakai visits. The number of visits to other countries by UK residents was higher than for those that travel to the UK. Ya kan, ini and this remains so throughout the period. Ini jelasin dulu bahwa ini itu naik kedua-duanya sampai akhir periode. The figures started at similar amount, around 10 million in 1979, as you can see here. You don't have to be very specific in mentioning the number. As you can see that the 2 variables are close to each other, like around 10, right? 10 million. You can just bulatkan aja gitu ya. 2 of them, okay, let's say 10 millions, around. That's why you use the word around, sekitar. Ya. Around 10 million in 1979, but visits abroad increased significantly to over 50 million. Ya kan, visits abroad ini naik secara signifikan hingga di atas 50 juta to over 50 million in 1999. Sementara itu, meanwhile, nah, kita perlu menggunakan kata penghubung semacam ini. Connector is very essential in writing. Why? We have to ensure that each sentence in the paragraph connected to each other. They are all connected to each other because you have to meet the cohesion as one of the criteria in writing. Ya, dalam menulis itu harus ada kohesi, sehingga penggunaan kata penghubung itu penting sekali. Meanwhile, the number of overseas residents rose steadily to reach. Nah, ini baru yang bawah. Steadily itu pelan-pelan. Nah, kita bisa lihat apa kata-kata eh, yang ada di sini ya untuk belajar kosakata baru. Mungkin saya ulangi lagi di sini kita belajar kosakata baru. To begin, first of all bisa was higher than. Nah, ini adalah komparatif ya, membandingkan mana yang lebih tinggi. Was higher than. Kalau higher pasti pasangannya than. Travel to UK, and this remained so throughout the period. The figures started at similar amount. Kita bisa menggunakan kata-kata ini. The figures itu sama aja dengan numbers. The numbers. Nah, biar tidak mengulang kata numbers, maka pakai kata figures. The figures started at a similar amount, ya, karena di sini ya 10 juta. Around 10 million in 1979. But this is abroad, atau kita ganti aja di sini ya. But those going abroad, those traveling abroad, ya, increased significantly. Nah, ada kata significant, secara signifikan. Ya, dari ini kan yang garis satu ya, itu signifikan naik langsung aja sampai 50 juta gitu. Nggak usah per tahun dibahas. No, please don't. Karena udah jelas naik ya naik langsung aja. Terakhir naiknya sampai berapa puncaknya. Meanwhile, the number of citizens rose steadily. Nah, rose-nya apa? Rose itu dari kata rise. Lampaunya rose, naik. Ini sinonimnya increase. Ya, sinonimnya increase. Biar kita tidak menggunakan increase terus. Terus ada kata steadily. Steadily itu sama aja dengan gradually. Pelan-pelan. Kan pelan-pelan tuh bawah ini pelan-pelan, sedikit demi sedikit. Sedikit demi sedikit, nggak signifikan. To reach just under 30 million. Nah kan ini 30 million di sini ya bawahnya. Nah, udah selesai. So, these two sentences, three ya, these three sentences only describe the line graph. Nah, jangan panjang-panjang, jangan banyak-banyak. Ya, selesai kan karena ini simple, it's very very simple. Jadi cukup 3 kalimat selesai. Nah, kemudian baru yang bar graph juga very simple. You just need to write 2 sentences and it's done. By far itu sungguh. Ya, by far itu sungguh. By far, the most popular countries to visit to in 1999 were France at approximately. Nah, kalian perlu menggunakan kata around, about, approximately, yang artinya apa? Sekitar, sekitar. Karena kita tidak apa grafiknya kan tidak langsung tegas 10 gitu kan. Nah, di sini kita lihat France kan di sini sekitar kan kita nggak bisa yakin ini 11 atau 12. Nah, so it's very important to use the word like approximately, around, atau about secara bergantian. Jangan pakai itu terus. Nanti akan terlihat, oh tahunnya around terus. Tahunnya around saja. Karena yang dipakai around terus. Nah, approximately 11 million visitors di sini. Followed by, langsung aja dengan kata kayak gini, followed diikuti oleh Spain, at about 9 million. Tadi around sudah dipakai, approximately sudah dipakai, about belum, sehingga pakai kata about. About 9 million. Oke, selesai. Berarti the most popular countries itu ada 2 for UK residents. Nah, sekarang baru yang the other 3 followers. Nah, karena ini serupa sehingga kita pisah kalimatnya. Ini juga serupa, kita pisah kalimatnya dengan ini. Sehingga cukup 2 kalimat saja. Ini 1 kalimat, ini 1 kalimat. Right? So it's simple, right? The USA, Greece, and Turkey were far less popular at around 4, 3, and 2 million visitors respectively. Nah, ini dengan cara kata respectively yang pernah saya tunjukkan itu. Respectively itu untuk menunjukkan urutan. Nyebutin satuannya dulu baru angkanya terus di kata respectively karena ini berurut. Misalnya gini, aku memiliki 5 macam buah. Ya, buah. eh, apel, ya apel, anggur, pisang, melon, semangka misalnya ya. Nah, masing-masing, nah dalam bahasa Indonesia mungkin respectively bisa diartikan masing-masing gitu. Masing-masing berjumlah 2, 6, 3, nah. Itu akan langsung tahu orangnya. Karena 3, 2, 4, 5. Nah, itu berarti 3 untuk yang pertama tadi aku sebut, 2 untuk yang kedua aku sebut. Nah, gitu. Itu strategi menggunakan kalimat yang singkat tapi langsung informasi banyak tercover. Satu kalimat langsung 3 informasi tercover. Ya kan, 3 informasi: USA, Greece, and Turkey. 4, 3, 2. Nah, langsung 3 kalimat tercover. Ini juga sama, only one sentence, two data are covered, ya, tercover dua-duanya. Nah, do you have any question about this task? After this, I'd like you to do an exercise. Saya pengen kalian ngerjain yang serupa. Ini mungkin nanti bisa di screenshot so that you can look at the sample or look at this task while doing another task sambil nirukan bahasanya. If you don't have any question, I'd like to show you the language first. Mungkin aku share ini aja yang ini. Nah, ini sebenarnya writing stages ya yang pernah saya sampaikan. Kalian tidak bisa langsung nulis. Kalau langsung nulis itu nanti kadang-kadang tuh baru nyadar, aduh aku salah nulis, aduh aku salah nulis, gitu loh. Jadi you have to make an outline first. You have to think and understand the topic first. Nah, makanya di sini ada pembagiannya. Membaca dan memahami task ya around 2 minutes, kemudian write the introduction overview 3 minutes. Makanya tadi saya kasih waktu 5 menit untuk menulis introduction sama overview-nya, jangan lama-lama. Kemudian plan dulu nih, jangan langsung nulis. Kalau saya biasanya kalau task 1 itu saya tandai-tandai grafiknya. Nah, mau yang aku tulis mana, aku tulis mana. Nah, and it takes around 13 minutes deh. Ini 3 minutes, kemudian nulisnya 10 minutes. Ya, kemudian harus ada waktu untuk ngecek. Karena kalau kita nulis ada kecenderungan salah. Nah, jadi gitu. So you need to make a plan. You need to have a strategy. If you just directly write, nah itu bahaya. Itu salah. Nah, kita lihat, kita bedah nih ya kalimatnya. Nah, kalau kita bedah tadi kalimat di contohnya, nah ada berbagai macam jenis kalimat nih. Ada simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, atau kombinasi compound complex sentence. Nah, ini kalau kita pelajari masing-masing jenis kalimat di sini di kursus kita, we don't have that time. Okay? Our time is very limited. Sehingga I'd like you to learn by yourself and practice how to compose all those different types of sentences by yourself at home. Pelajari sendiri, latihan sendiri. Yang penting sudah saya tunjukkan. And there's so many materials out there in the internet about these types of sentences. Kita pelajari kalimatnya. Oh, kalau nulisnya itu kayak gini, ya. Okay, there's another language feature that you need to understand. Nulis introduction, for example. We can't just paraphrase the given title when writing the introduction. Yeah, don't write by yourself because it will take time. You just need to paraphrase the title. It's a piece of cake. Yeah? For example, the line graph illustrates. Now, if illustrate is the word used already in the title, don't use that word. You can use different kinds of words replacing or substituting illustrates, like shows, gives information about, provides information about, represents, presents, depicts. Ya, banyak macam-macam, jangan cuma kata show saja. Ya, saya lihat tadi banyak menggunakan kata show saja. Depicts, displays, atau compares, tadi kan juga compares tuh. membandingkan. Kalau periods ya ini from 1999 to 2009 atau 10-year period, atau from ini bisa diganti between atau tahun di sini in the year, silah. Terkait dengan jumlah-jumlah, ya kalian bisa menggunakan ini. Ya, sometimes we are stuck gitu. Oh, I've been using the words number of many times. I need to use some other words that can replace number of. Yeah, you can use the word quantity of, but it's only for countable nouns, quantity of. Kalau non-countable berarti the amount of. Expenditure, you can use the word spending to replace it. To replace percentage or to find another synonym of percentage, you can also use the word rate or proportion. Rate, proportion, itu okay. Percentage, proportion itu sama, itu sinonim. Okay, so you don't have to use the word percentage. Jadi jangan khawatir, kok aku pakai percentage terus ya, apa ya? Selain kata percentage itu apa ya? Proportion, rate, huh? Information. Please don't also overuse the word information. You can also use another word replacing it, like data. Nah, masih ada juga kayak the words yang specifically used for trends, seperti increase, yang tadi ada kata rise, decrease, ada kata decline, ya. Decrease itu menurun, decline juga menurun. Jadi bisa, ya, jangan menggunakan decrease increase terus. Masih ada rise, ada plummet, ya. Masih ada go up, masih ada fall, drop, ya kan? Macam-macam. Share, portion, play, side. Nah, ini untuk writing the introduction. Kemudian di overview, you can also write this way. Bisa biasanya overall atau in general, atau bisa setelah itu menggunakan kata-kata ini. It is clear from the graph that, it can be seen from the graph that, as the graph shows, as can be seen from the graph, as seen in the graph. Ya, ini overview ya. Overview itu informasi umum, tadi singkat banget, jangan panjang, jangan detail. Nah, saya selalu menekankan ini ya, biar kalian mengingatnya. Ya, overview itu nggak ada yang detail. Overview itu brief summary. Ya, brief summary, kesimpulan. Jadi nggak ada yang namanya brief summary kok ada angka-angkanya detail, itu nggak ada. Ya, okay. I want you to just remember this. That's why I really emphasize this with high intonation. Nah, details, because we are describing trends, karena ada line graph yang naik turun gitu ya. For example, you could use something this way ya. The number of cars in the city increase significantly. Nah, biasakan kalian kalau menulis itu ada kata keterangannya, adverbnya. Significantly, considerably, substantially, slightly, dramatically, li 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 li. Nah, itu sering dipakai ya, li 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 li. Kenapa? Itu akan menunjukkan seberapa kaya kalian menguasai kosakata. Yang pertama, oh, tahu kata significant, tahu kata dramatically, slightly, considerably. Yang kedua, informasinya akan sangat precise, accurate. Kenapa? Karena kalau cuma Inggris saja, Inggris kayak gimana? Kok kayak datar aja meningkat gitu tok. Padahal datanya gini. Nah, masa cuma the number of people increase padahal gini. Nah, kan biar akurat ya, dramatically toh, significantly toh, kan gini soalnya. Ya. Gradually, dong gini nging gini. Lah masa gini cuman increase gitu toh. Ya nggak akurat. Increase slightly, ya bisa increase gradually, steadily, kan soalnya pelan-pelan dikit demi dikit gini. Nah, Slightly rose. Slightly bisa kata keterangan can be placed before the verb or after the verb. Ya. As you can see here, increase is verb kata kerja, and significantly is adverb and is placed after the verb. This one is also adverb and it's located before the verb rose. It's okay. You can do both. The production of oil slightly rose from, atau describe downward trend bisa menggunakan kata dropped, ya, drop considerably, atau moderately decreased. Describing a stable trend, remained stable. Kalau itu stabil atau sama aja datanya, so you can just write this way, remain stable or stayed unchanged atau stayed the same. Atau fluctuations, naik turun. Ya, pakai ini, fluctuate sharply. Atau dibuat kata benda, fluctuation. Ya. That was a sharp fluctuation. Over the next 3 months, the rainfall will fluctuate sharply. Nah, kadang soalnya itu ada yang minta kita memprediksi masa depan. Misalnya data prediksi 2050 misalnya. Ya otomatis nggak mungkin pakai past tense. You have to use the word will, because it is future tense. Tahun 2050 soalnya. The rainfall will fluctuate sharply. Kalau past tense ya berarti that was. Loh ini kok the next 3 months, tapi kok was. Nah ini berarti lampau data yang tahun 99 misalnya, over the next 3 months, this Januari 3 bulan setelahnya, nah gitu maksudnya. Sehingga pakai was. Tahun 2000, kan lampau. Nah, the use of adverb and adverb in sentences can be replaced in meaning by using adjective and noun as follows. Nah, bisa pakai kata kerja yang kemudian dirubah menjadi kata benda. That was a significant increase. The production of oil saw. Nah, saw itu mengalami, bukan experience, tapi saw. Saw atau see, ya, dari kata see sebenarnya. Ini karena lampau saw, a slight rise. Jadi kayak melihat gitu ya, itu mengalami. Nah, ini kalau detailsnya tentang describing trends. Detailnya tentang menggambarkan naik turun, tapi ada juga yang membandingkan, bukan naik turun, tapi membandingkan. Kalau ini lebih tinggi dari ini lebih tinggi dari ini, lebih pendek dari ini, kan itu bukan naik turun. Nah, itu bahasanya kayak gini. Contohnya kalau comparative, most Western countries tend to be more developed than Eastern ones. Otomatis menggunakan rumusan more than, higher than, taller than, shorter than, bigger than, ya, gitu-gitu terus. Tapi kalau jumlahnya sama ya as big as much as. Ya. Ini ya contohnya as efficient as. Solar power accounts for far less of the total energy than. Less itu lebih kecil, lebih dikit, makanya harus pakai pasangan than. Like South Korea, Japan does not produce any natural gas. Ini juga comparison loh, membandingkan. Sama berarti ini, Korea dan Japan. The Middle East produces twice as much oil as China. Ini kalau menunjukkan 2 kali lipat lebih banyak. Twice as much oil as. 2 kali lipat yang jumlahnya sama dengan yang ada di China. Atau kalau 3 kali lipat, the USA consumes 3 times more on oil than the Middle East. Ya, 3 kali lipat, 3 times. China consumes slightly more oil than Indonesia. In 2004, Saudi Arabia produced the same amount of oil as. Nah, same itu pasangannya as, jangan with. I think my phone is the same with you. The same with your mobile phone. Salah. My phone is the same as yours. Same itu pasangannya as. It is significant that managers and administrators had the lowest rate. Ini kalau superlatif ya paling, bukan membandingkan ini lebih besar, ini lebih tinggi, ini lebih ini, nggak ada kata lebih di situ. Paling, ya, paling rendah, ya, the lowest rate, the least, itu paling dikit. Lebih dikit tuh less, paling dikit tuh least. Nah ini kalau detailsnya tentang comparing data bukan trends tadi, maka kayak gini bahasanya. Harus bisa terbiasa dengan comparative and superlative adjectives. Let's see the other examples. Ini kalau contrast. Nah, bisa dengan seperti ini kalau itu informasinya contrast. Indonesia produces high levels of palm oil, however, European countries produce none. Japan buys large amounts of crude oils in contrast. Now, maybe I'm not going to ask you to practice composing one complete essay about a data, but I'd like you to practice to write the details. I think it's important for you to get familiar with writing the details first. This is actually the most challenging one in writing task one. Writing the introduction overview are actually not that complicated. So you could, practice yourself. You could train yourself to be able to write that very fast. Okay, then writing the details. I need to guide you in writing the details because it requires exercises. But I'm gonna show you another different graph, although it's quite similar, but it's different. I just want you to focus on the details only. Nah, saya ingin kalian latihan yang detail dulu. Nah, ini. Ya. I want you to practice writing US films. Ya. Writing the details first. Maybe I need to show you an example. Saya akan tunjukkan contohnya ya. Misalnya contohnya wait a minute, UK films ya. Ini maksudnya apa ini? The charts A and B show the share of the UK and Australian cinema market in 2001 and cinema admission in the UK and Australia from oh, ini berarti industri perfilman yang menayangkan film dari berbagai negara. Dari 3 negara ini ya, Australia, UK, and US. Nah, warna merah itu jadi yang ditayangkan di 2 negara aja. So, the films are only displayed in 2 different countries. Misalnya saya akan mulai dengan US films karena this is the biggest ya. UK films saya akan coba contohkan ya di chat box. Misalnya US films kita ganti aja American films gitu loh, dengan harus pede untuk mengganti US gitu. American movies ya, bisa films itu UK, films itu British English ya. Kalau movies itu American English. American movies were displayed more often than those more often in the UK than is it more often in the UK than in Australia. Accounting for about itu sekitar kan ini ya di sini ya angkanya. So it's less than 80%. So it could be around 78 or about 78%. And ini juga sama like 68%. Respectively. Because this is the first information I write, so I guess I need to use the word first of all. So this is an example that I can show you, and you can try to write the same way as I do. First of all, American movies were displayed more often than in the UK. Oh, then-nya kok 2 kali ya? Sorry about that. I need to edit it. More often displayed in the UK. First of all, American movies were displayed more often in the UK than in Australia, accounting for about 78% respectively. Saya menggunakan kata respectively. Nah, silakan kalian bisa menggunakan cara yang lain. Saya juga bisa menggunakan ini. Ya, saya pakai cara yang lain. Displayed more often in the UK at about 78%. Then in Australia, I can also write this way. Another version of writing the same thing. First of all, American movies were displayed more often in the UK at about 78% than in Australia at around 68%. Nah, after this, I'd like you to practice writing UK films. Silakan. Now it's your turn to write UK films. Silakan in the chat box. Saya tunggu ya. Oke, Mbak Roza ya. UK students accounted for around. Nah, oh ya ya. UK students accounted for around and only 6% Australia. Ya, bagus pakai kata only ya, karena emang dikit selisihnya gede banget. UK maybe is represented roughly 20% of the market in the UK. British movies gitu ya, lebih enaknya British movies. Biar nggak bingung, ini kan soalnya in the UK, ada kata the market in the UK. British movies represented roughly 21% of the market in the UK, while in Australia the figure was only around 6%. Okay, good. You can write figure or the rate, yeah, the rate or proportion. Thank you, Mbak Rosa. How about the others? Saya tunggu yang lain. Oke, ini belum ada ya. But ini udah mau jam setengah 10. Oke, jangan menggunakan in other hand lagi ya, Mas Hendra. Pakai meanwhile saja, meanwhile. In other hand itu kok saya nggak pernah denger ya, in other hand. On the other hand itu baru betul. Tapi on the other hand itu salah untuk konteks ini. On the other hand itu aslinya in contrast. On the other hand itu maksudnya sebaliknya. Nah, jadi in other hand nggak ada. In other hand itu nggak ada. Saya nggak pernah denger itu in other hand. Oke, karena waktunya terbatas, so I'd like to show you the sample answer. Ya, sample answer-nya. Nah, ini dia model answer-nya. Nanti soalnya masih banyak jenis-jenis task one ya, sehingga kita jangan stuck di bagi satu jenis aja. In both countries, films made in the United States predominated with, nah ini menarik ya, kayak kata made in the United States. Nah kan nggak made in the US, kalau US mengulang kata US terus, sehingga pakai United States. United Kingdom, ya mungkin juga begitu. Predominated with of the market, ini compared to, nah kata compared to itu menarik. Nah, kalian bisa pakai kata compared to. UK films accounted for, tadi yang digunakan Mbak Rosa tadi juga mirip seperti ini ya. Nah, UK films accounted for, kata accounted for itu juga kata sakti ya, bisa kalian pakai. UK senior market and 6% of the Australian market. Nah, on the other hand itu artinya sebaliknya. Ya. Sebaliknya. Bukan in one apa tadi? In other hand, enggak ada. On the other hand, while 11, nah pakai kata while lagi tuh menarik. Ya kan? Sementara 9% ini nearly 0% di apa? 11% of them shown in the UK, nearly 0%, ya hampir 0, were shown in Australia. Films from other countries, the others kan ya, had, nah ini jenisnya juga lain tuh, pakai had. Ini Mas Rifki. UK films made up about, ya made up juga boleh. 20% of screenings in the UK, wah bagus nih kata screenings. But only around 6%. Okay, thank you Mas Rifki. That's a good example from you. Ini tadi yang from other countries had about 16% of the market share in Australia as opposed atau as compared to just. Nih kayak kata as opposed to. Ini juga kosakata yang menarik. Just around the UK. Nah, sekarang yang bagian line graph itu kan tadi fluktuatif ya, tapi naik kecenderungannya. Ya, ini berarti as seen from the line ini kayaknya kurang ya. As seen from the line graph. Ini. In Australia, admissions dropped atau jatuh from just under 40 million to about 30 million. While in the UK, the decrease was far more dramatic from. Oh, ini tadi apa namanya, kecenderungannya naik sih, bukan fluktuatif banget ya. Ini sempat naik dikit terus kemudian drop, terus naik lagi. Ini nggak usah ditulis detail banget naik turunnya ya, karena pasti nanti kejebak pada yang detail dan itu akan menjatuhkan nilai kita. Jadi cukup yang umumnya. Ini berarti secara umum kan ini naik sebenarnya. Ini juga naik. The industry has recovered. Jadi it's very clear. Ini contohnya sudah sangat jelas bahwa ada comparison ya, compared to kind of for while then itu sama yang trend yaitu fell atau drop ya. Ini juga ada comparison far more dramatic than as recovered, reached above ya. Cuman satu tok tapi ya, fell drop. Nah, ini contohnya seperti ini. Ya, this is also the combination of line graph and bar graph. It's quite similar to the previous one that we discussed, but it's more complicated. It's more complicated. Probably in the next meeting, I'm going to give you an exercise before we discuss task 2. Yeah. So we're going to meet again next week. Yeah, on Tuesday. Yeah. I'll meet you again on Tuesday. It depends on CB if CB would like to teach you next week, maybe he's gonna do it on Thursday. But if he's not available, or he wants to give it to me, so I can teach you again on Thursday. Because there are still many other tasks that you need to try, that you also need to practice, because we never know in the real test what kind of tasks given to us, what kind of tasks that we get, yeah, in the real test. It's very important to try all of the types. Maybe next meeting, maybe next 2 weeks later, I'm gonna discuss with you maps and diagrams, yeah, because this is what is it? These two types are quite specific and unique, and we never, we cannot predict whether this kind of task will be appearing later in the real test. Kita kan nggak tahu muncul apa enggak itu tesnya, jenis kayak gitu. We never know. We cannot predict that. Nah, sehingga perlu ada more meetings to discuss all of them. Yeah, stay alert. So I hope that all of you will attend our meeting completely next week. Before we close our meeting today, do you have any question